my kids went to for their first 6, 7 years of life was that. That's all they knew was the East Coast. And then, we finally went on trips, but I think Ava was like 8 or 9 before we even did Hawaii. And all my clients were like taking their toddlers to Hawaii. And I'm like, why would I spend that kind of money to sit inside the hotel during nap time? So we just didn't do it because I didn't want to be stuck and chained to a hotel. I was like, I'm going to wait till they can go and enjoy it. So we didn't go anywhere.
Fortunately, anyone that was there before the previous lengths no longer going to work.
So I have a mattress cover and a pillow that'll kind of go with that periwinkle. That is going to be ready in like 10 minutes. It's not ready yet. But I can always go back to that setup. I'm going to stay with the cream and go from here and do a cream bed. And then we'll unwrap her and go there. By then, after the third set, we should be ready for a change. And the outfit will probably be ready in the other. Okay, we're back live?
Yes.
Okay, I think you're going to have to pull the camera back, Alex. Because we're going to go to the bed. Although, wait a minute. Wait. Because, watch her, Parisa. I thought I could do a quick, where's my basket? I have a white basket, and I don't know where it is. It's like a white woven basket. Do you see it? Well, so I was going to do the bed while we were losing our signal. Yes. But then I thought, you want to always think transitional, right? So she's like perfect right now. The idea is she's going to go from here to the bed. Then we'll unwrap her and do the red and the beanbag. And then she'll probably need a clothing change and she might wake up. So, but then I thought, what can I do? If you're in a client session, I always try to think, what can I do changing least disruption to the baby? So I'm going to take my basket. This is from Modest Little Me. It has a weight in it. And so I'm going to take this. And then I think I made this yesterday and I love it. And so I'm thinking I'm going to put her in here. Parisa, if you go up on the shelf and just get another one of these right on the top rack and we'll throw it over. And I'm going to put her in it and go upright. Mind you, I don't pre-plan anything. When a client comes in, I ask them to show me what they like. I can do anything they want. Can you see me, Alex? I'm over here. And then I just kind of go. And then I kind of make it up as I go along. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to take this out. Let's throw this basket in here. That wrap will go on top. Oh my gosh. Yep. And that wrap will go there. And then I'm going to have you tie this. Yeah, perfect. And can you tie this? Thank you. She's going to go up. And I'm going to bring this back. Oh, Prisik, if you look in that same cabinet where you were and give me a pillow, kind of this color, where those hearts were, there's 2 drawers of pillows. I may not even need it. Let's see how that looks. And it's so beautiful, but I need to raise the light a little bit. So I'm just raising the light. And then maybe this, but now I think I'm going to use this for the bed. We'll take both of these for the bed. And I'm just going to do one more quick one and we're going to go to the bed. Oh, I love her sweet face. Beautiful. Needs more light. Oh my gosh. I just love that. I'll give her a little more light. Perfect. Ah, so sweet that is. Okay, so that's an easy shot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take her, I'm going to take off this outer wrap, keep the other two wraps on. And Frieza, we're going to move this. Can you unwrap her? We're going to move this beanbag. There we go. You can just throw in there and we just move this whole thing aside. Yep. And then what we're going to do, so I think if you throw that pink fur on the sofa and move that purple, and we'll slide this whole bed over here. This, if you give me that, I'll put that here. Now, what we want to do is try to slide this whole thing under. So, Alex, I'll move that back. Yeah. We can take the heater and just put it right on the floor. Yeah, we don't need the Apple box. So I'm going to take this pearl rod. So where were you guys going to go in Italy? So they had a trip planned to Italy for Dad's 40th, and then they got a baby instead. So now their trip is postponed, but you just want to go everywhere. Oh, Tuscany, Rome. Dad's eyes are glazing over, thinking of all the places that you were ready to go to. Okay, so now we're going to turn this bed this way. I think I'll take both pillows. And if you come down here so you can stay close to her and then bring the heater in here. A little closer. I'm going to lower the light. I'm going to get her on here. I may switch the pillows, but I'll try it. Now, just watch her. Let me lower the light a little bit. Maybe a little far away. All right, we'll do a quick shot. Let's see how that looks. Beautiful. I think I like the flower there. Let's see. Oh, are you going to wake up? Smile. You're going to smile. Can you lower it, push the light down just a little bit? If you have to like do it by the barrel. So if you go behind the light and right on the pro photo, just bring it down a little bit. Just push the whole light down a tiny bit. Right there. Yeah. She might smile. She's very close. That wasn't a smile. I love her lips. And her lips are really. Are you dreaming? You're in a bed? There we go. That's better. Oh, she's so close. Where's your smile, baby Harper? Where's your smile? Do you know how pretty you look today? And the pearls? You look so beautiful. You do. It's your second photo shoot. Do you want to show me your pretty smile? Do you want to show me? You're right there. What do you think? Are you thinking about it? Oh, she's close. Baby Harper. Hey. Where are you? No, that's not a smile. That's not a smile. Okay, so we got it. I'm not sure. Look at this. I love it. It's very sweet. It's very perfect. We don't really need much more than that. So we're going to go to the beanbag, to the Paloma. I give you my camera. And we can move this. And then we can just roll up this. And just roll up the strap. We can put it aside. So I'm going to unwrap her now and bring her to the Paloma. Now, when we do this, we're going to put the heater through the back of it. This allows the heat to come through under the blanket. That way, when she's laying here, it's nice and warm. So I feel like you may want to show that, Alex. You can just leave it there, please, so we can roll it up later. And then I need that poser, Alex. So that poser here. Actually, before I unwrap her, I'll do a quick red wrap. Because why not? Just to be sure. So I'm going to take off. The great thing about double or triple wrapping is I can take off these top two and then just wrap the outer and hopefully not disturb her. Okay, I'll give you that. I have a hamper in my closet. Okay, if we go to that room. So she still has one wrap. So what I'll do is you always want to just get your safe shot. And then that way, if all is well, I'll unwrap her. I'm going to keep that piece out for you. Yeah, where are you guys watching from? Tell me where you are. Has anyone said their locations? They did?
I'll have the chat log for that.
Oh no. Okay, so since we lost the first chat log, tell us. Oh, okay. Tell us where you're watching from again.
India.
India. Okay.
Canada.
Canada.
I'm pretty sure the person that just left was Italy. Colorado, Washington, D.C., Memphis, Tennessee.
Memphis, Tennessee. I feel like I went to Tennessee, did I?
Yeah, for one of the shows.
Oh, Nashville. Is it Nashville in Tennessee? Yeah, there we go.
Wisconsin.
Wisconsin. I've been hearing Wisconsin a lot lately. Oh, didn't we have someone from Wyoming? Maybe Wyoming. Maybe I'm getting confused. Okay. We can put that on the show.
Houston, Texas.
Houston. That Shannon? Maria. Oh, Maria Kiplinger. Oh, isn't she doing our certified program right now? Okay, so I kind of played around with the wrap a little bit. All right, Prisa, let's put this all the way underneath.
Flyers.
Awesome, awesome. And let's bring it a little closer to here and a little bit at an angle, like this way. Yes, there we go. Gonna put the body first, and a little bit of a hole and turn her head more towards me. And then I'm just gonna adjust the poser a little bit more. The idea with this pose is she's on her back, but her head is going towards me. She's really in that hole too. I don't know why I have her all the way over there. She's really supposed to be this way. You know why? Because it's back. Yeah. So I think, Reza, do you think you could flip it? Because she needs to be here. Alex is like, where exactly are you going? So she's gonna just try to rotate my beanbag back because the hole is just too far back. And if you're a newborn photographer, you probably own like 25 lint rollers, right? Because it's like mapping because I wear black. He's just like, this isn't hard at all. This is just to see what you're made of. That way, when we're sending you out, we're like, she's got this.
I want to go see it.
Okay. Do I have to take the whole thing off?
No. So I'm gonna have to mute her for a second.
Okay. Let me just.
talk? No, I don't think that microphone even works on it. No, I don't hear anything at all. No, but it's not working at all. So
I mean, I think you can just put one. Where am I going? I'm leaving right here. No, I'm not leaving. I'm just gonna be here. And if they do the mattress, in fact, let me check my phone real quick and see if the other thing is ready. Yes. Okay. Okay, so microphone's okay?
Yeah, for now.
Okay.
I'll set up the other one, but it's just kind of
Okay. So poser is here. Here, same poser. You're going to see that I pretty much use the same poser. There's a hole here. We're just going to kind of push this beanbag so she doesn't. I think once I get her, basically just really push down here because I feel like it's slanting down. Light could be a little higher. The light's now in front going across. So, okay. She's waking up just a little bit. I'm going to bring the body more away. Yeah, so really push down there. Yep, even more. Yep. Good. There we go. All right, so we're going to do quick shot here, and then I'm going to undress her. And then we're going to do an all white setup. So I know a lot of photographers struggle with shooting white. My camera's not doing anything.
stuff.
Yeah. She's gonna smile, Alex. She just gave me a smirk. It's not working.
So,
Yeah, and she's having a party over here. She's like smirking. I'm like, of course, it's every photographer, right? Every photographer's worst nightmare. I'm tethered, and so nothing's happening. All the technical joys. Harper, don't do anything amazing. I can't. I can't. It literally is not. Oh. Okay, I can shoot now. Nope. It's a rainy Monday in California, Alex. You didn't expect everything to work, did you? Oh, that white. Okay, so she's pulling a lot of red, so we need to go back a little bit more. I need to put her, so just move that heater back a little bit. I just need to put her more behind the light. She's pulling too much shadow. Yeah. And then let's lower the height of the light just a little bit. We have a burp. I feel like she's a burp. You okay? Can you just have a burp? Okay. Let's see. Let's try that again. Ah, here it is. This poser needs to go more underneath here. So just turn this edge. You have to come this way. Let's see if I can do it too from here. There we go. Beautiful. Yep. Okay, let's try this again. Gorgeous. It's like, yes. Beautiful. And you have a little red in there because she's on a red backdrop. A little bit on her face, but that's going to be typical. So in post, I use LSP Actions, lsp-actions.com. What I love about LSP is in their newborn skin perfection, there's a remove the red, and it's just a brush. And you can remove this red in like 2 seconds. It's the joy of, let's do one more. But we're going to keep doing red. Okay, I love that. So we're going to do one more. We're in the outfit. So we're going to take this poser and it's going to go here. I'm going to get her chin on hands. She's starting to wake up a little bit, which is fine. We have an outfit change that she's going to be changing into an outfit once I do this. So thank you, Gabby. Okay, so, oh. Okay, so whenever I'm doing chin on hands, I always want to do it in my lap first.
Hold on. I need to adjust because those levels are not good for it. Talk.
I'm going to unwrap her. Now, she was in 3 reps, so there's going to be a temperature change. Some babies, when they feel this temperature change, will get very upset. Others will not. So I usually would do it on the yoga ball. And I'll just gently bounce them. It's important to say that when you're on the yoga ball, their head should not be bouncing around. So notice I'm holding her head. Where's the camera? Are you behind me, Alex? Oh, I think you need to come over this way. Yes. Cute. Cute. So we're going to do 2 more sets after this. She's going to go into this little cute little romper, a ruffle butt. And we have a new mattress cover for the bed. So this cover will just go over the mattress that I have with here. But I kind of have a wrap that works with this. So my plan is I'm going to do chin on hands real quick. And then we'll change her into this outfit. If she's awake, I'll rewrap her and put her in the bed. And if she's asleep, I'll start with this and then go to this. So I always kind of have transitions in mind. And I always have a wrap transition as a backup, always. Because sometimes when you change babies, whether they're naked or outfits or whatever, if you have kind of a wrap transition, it helps. Cool. So as I was saying before, I think the camera was behind me. Whenever you're bouncing on the yoga ball, it's a very gentle bounce. My hand is on her head, so you never want the head bouncing around, and you never want an aggressive bounce. It's just like as if I was standing rocking her. It's the same thing. I'm just doing it on a yoga ball. You want to find a yoga ball that's to your height. I'm 5'3". This is a 65-centimeter yoga ball. You're doing chin on hands. Get the hands underneath. And I'm just going to gently bounce her in position. Now, I would get the weighted blanket. Should be on the second shelf because when I put them on there, I'll usually put the weighted blanket. And then, Brisa, can you get that red headband? I want to make sure that they're in the position, whatever the position is. I do it on my lap first because if they're not fussing on my lap, then I know they're going to be fine, hopefully on the beanbag. But if she's fussing on my lap, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to put her in position until she's comfortable. Always put butt first, then head. Yeah, go ahead and pull her back. Head should always be last. You always want the head to be supported. So my hands are always on the head, and it's the last to leave. She's just going to comfortably rest on her legs. And I usually will just keep them resting on the side for a minute to make sure that they're okay before I try to bring them up. Let me just give her a little pat and see if you can push down a bit. Here we go. Now we have this huge so go. Yeah, her very calm. We're sleeping so soundly. Oh yeah, it's 10:30. She ate at 8:30, so she's 2 hours in. So you're right on time. Even though we've only been shooting for a short while because we're live. Had this been her regular session, she'd be almost done, actually. But when we're live, everything takes a little bit longer. But this is good. She's right on cue. That's what you want. So we're going to get this shot, and then we're going to let her change again. We'll change the set. So cute. Let's hide this back. Oh my gosh. Let's move this whole beanbag. Watch that heater a little more here and behind. This way? Yeah, so we're going to go a little behind this leg. Right there. I'm going to do a little test with you can take the weighted blanket off. So heavens. Stop it. Mom's like, oh my God. Stop it. Do you love her? Oh. Mom's gonna make me cry. It's a perfect Valentine gift, right? Oh. I mean, come. It really doesn't get any sweeter than that. Looks so beautiful with the red. I just love the red. Isn't it pretty? Oh, beautiful. Very, very, very beautiful. Okay. I mean, I just want to eat her alive, honestly. What I can do, if you give me those stones real quick, I'll just do one more.
Maria asks, when do you do no diaper puts? To me, naked puts?
So right now, what I would do is if this was a client session and I was like, oh, she's in a deep sleep, but she's getting hungry and ready to eat again, then that's when I would say, get her naked, put her in a chuck, have mom feed her naked, and then we'd go and do naked. So usually a set change. I try not to do naked when we're live on the air because it's not appropriate. So, but if this was a client session, then yeah, I would just do naked in between. What I'm doing, you can't really tell, is I'm adjusting the light. What's great about ProPhoto is I can just adjust on the transmitter. So I was turning the light up and down on the transmitter. Okay, so she's gonna get a little break. We have a backdrop that matches this. So mom, check her diaper. If her diaper is clean, go ahead and put her in this outfit. If she wakes up and she's hungry, she can feed. And then Priza, we have a beanbag blanket that matches this. We'll take this off and throw this in the laundry. We can keep this and just add the white blanket and then we'll prep the bed. Okay, here was a good first couple of sets. If this was a client session, those two sets, well, actually I did beanbag, 2 sets in the beanbag. I did bed and I did this. That would probably be a half an hour with a baby this good. She was like perfect. Yeah, that would have been, I think, a half an hour. And that was 4 sets.
Yeah, because I guess there's only one pose. So,
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. It's break time. You did so. Okay. Good. Oh, you did. Okay.
Second.
Hmm?
Second.
Wait, don't. You're not shutting it off.
No, fucking mute.
So we just we're gonna mute. But if you have any questions while we clean up, feel free to post that.
I'm gonna mute. I'm just gonna turn it free.
Okay.
So mute.
Yeah, so we'll be right back. Feel free to take a little break, stretch your legs, grab a drink, grab a snack. Be back in a minute while we change baby.
Yeah. I feel it every time I'm on. It's like, oh,
Yeah, that's why.
oh my god! The whole time I'm like thinking about my hands, and does it look like I'm strangling her? And you know, like you just have to watch everything. So that's why I'm like hyper focused.
Yeah, a lot of people watch.
Yes, yeah. So it's stressful. I don't show it, but it is. There's a pile over there that the students have to kind of reorganize. It's not easy to do. That's why no one does it live.
Right.
You know, people always like, why don't more photographers go live during a session? I'm like, because it's really hard.
Yeah.
This is
And it's so unpredictable.
You have no idea what's going to happen. And so you have to just watch everything.
The last time I was here, what was it, like 2018?
2018.
Yeah. And then I was going to come back to 2020, and then COVID happened.
Yeah.
And like, now that I'm seeing the light again, I'm like, oh yeah, light's too high.
Too high.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If it's too flat, it's probably too high.
Do you feel like Pro Photo gives a softer shadow than A&B? Or is it more?
I think Alien B. Well, I think of all the lights of Alien B, Einstein, and Pro Photo, yes, I get the least amount of harsh shadows from Pro Photo. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Because when I'm teaching, sometimes we have to use, because Evan has my other Pro Photos, I have two of them.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes we have to use Einstein on one side and Alien B on the other. And I definitely feel like the Alien B has harsher shadow.
So I'm not crazy.
No, you're not crazy. Every light is different. Godox has super strong shadows. I think that's why I love the Pro Photo, because it's just so consistent. The light is so soft. It's just, I don't have to think about it. And the others, I'm always thinking about it. We were traveling somewhere, and stay right there. I'm going to change the light so you can just see just I was somewhere, and it was Alien B, and I felt like it was pulling a lot of red.
Mm-hmm.
And so I know not all Alien Bs are the same, because there's different tones to them.
Yeah.
And I don't feel that way with Pro Photo. We could go anywhere in the world and use Pro Photo, and it's the same. Whereas Alien B and Einstein. Alex, I think you need to fix this camera real quick. Alien B and Einstein. I don't think it's Alex. Alex. Can you just fix the focus on the camera? I don't know if it's right. Can you they should hear what we're talking about light right now. Can you turn it up a little bit?
Okay, that mic should be on.
So we're having a little side conversation about light. So I feel like, they might want to hear this. So you use right now what? Alien B. Oh, there's definitely a difference between Alien B and Einstein. Are you Alien B 400 or 800? 400. So Alien B is obviously the least expensive, right? So I tell photographers, if they're just starting out and they need an inexpensive option, Alien B 400, because 800 is too strong, is fine. From there, Einstein is more expensive. I think Alien B is 300, Einstein's 500. I don't know. It's been a while. We have several Alien Bs. Well, not anymore. I think they've all broken. I think we have one or two left. But there was a time I think I owned 6 Bs. I had a ton of them. But we had problems where they would break easily. I had the ring fall off, and just so many. I had it went on fire one time. That was terrifying. Obviously, nobody was harmed or injured. But I don't think I was actively shooting it. It wasn't a newborn. It was at a store. I used to shoot at Hush Baby. It's like 10 years ago. And we were on site at Hush Baby, and it like sparked something in the back. And went on fire, and I was like, oh my God. I had a backup, always have a backup light. So I think Alien B is a good kind of intro light, like anything. Then from there, I went to Einstein. So Einstein, I was just looking it up for photography the other day. It's between 5 and 600, I think. Einstein, what I've noticed about it, it's a good light, but I've noticed inconsistencies that we can be at someone's studio and I think it's me all the time. I'll be changing the white balance, but I'll notice, wait a minute, this for some reason that Einstein will pull a different color. I don't know why. It could be the setting on the Einstein that maybe I'm not saying something's wrong with the light. Maybe the photographer, whatever the setting, I don't know. I don't know. There could be a setting. Alex will know more about this. I just know that with Profoto, I can just turn on any Profoto anywhere and not have an issue. Alex, I'll ask him because I feel like someone else had a question about the color with Einstein, and Alex said you have to change something, so I'll have to ask him. But Profoto is not cheap. It's, it has a high price point. So that's just, I don't know how much it is. I think the two is, I don't know. I don't want to say because I don't know. Look, I don't know. It's like anything. I mean, when you're starting out, you can't afford to buy the most expensive light, especially because you don't know anything about light. And when I started out, my first lights were used lights on eBay. My very first lights were hot lights. Hot lights are like constant lights. They're on all the time and they get hot. That's why they're called hot. And I remember doing a shoot at a friend of mine, and he's a firefighter, and I almost burned his curtains down. Yeah, because the lights got too close to the curtains, and I'm terrified of fires because that's why I'm adopted. I was in a house fire, an apartment fire. I have burns. So fires and me, we don't get along. Even the fireplace at home sometimes, I like freak out. If the fire's on too long, I'm always telling the kids, shut off the fire because, yeah, I definitely am not a fan of fires. So I remember being at their house. This is like 20 years ago, and like something's smoking. And he's like, Anna, are you going to burn our house down? I'm like, no. Hot lights, got to be super careful. It can't be anything close. I don't even know why I had hot lights. I was taking a lighting course, and I think one of the assignments we were using hot lights. I can't remember why I even bought them. But I bought used gear for probably the first half of my career. And that's what I tell people all the time is when you're starting out, you need to learn how to use things, right? And so a lot of photographers will go and buy the latest gear, the latest light, and that's fine. If you can afford it, great. But a lot of people can't. And so to me, light is light, camera is a camera. They all are specific tools. I think that you buy what you can afford, you borrow, you rent. That's what I tell my son to do all the time because he wants to buy the latest and greatest, but he can't afford it. So he's learned over the years, if he's traveling, he'll rent something. What's good about that is sometimes he'll rent a camera that he's really wanted, and then he'll take it on a trip and be like, "Oh, I'm glad I didn't buy that camera because it's not working for what I need it to be." Because, every camera, every lens is better for one thing or the other. And so he now rents a lot of things. So I tell people, if you can rent lights, we use Profoto on Irvine, Sammy's, Calumet. You can rent lights, gear. My biggest advice to anyone is to rent it, try it. And don't be afraid to ask, the people behind the counter, for their opinion and their advice. And then just try it. But if you're using Alien B, are you using see-through? White on white? And you feel like shadows are harsher?
Show you just.
Yeah, show me. Baby's feeding right now. She's right on cue, right on schedule. Alex, I wanted to ask you, we're talking about lights right now. You know how when I've been at workshops sometimes and we go to some studios and I felt like the Einstein's pulling a different color? You've heard me say that before. Is that because something needs to be set? Like I don't have that issue with Profoto, right? I can just plug it in anywhere. I've never had a color change like I have Einstein. Why is that?
Because Einstein does have two color options. There's not necessarily a color option. It just changes automatically if you're on action mode.
Oh,
I think the action mode, what it does is it allows for a faster refresh rate, but the white balance changes on that mode. And I think it's a lot cooler on the action mode.
okay, good to know. Okay, let me see. So, oh yeah. Okay, so a couple questions for you. First of all, cute baby, cute pose. Love the outfit. Okay, question. I don't know if you can see this photo. She's asking me about this photo. Can you see it? I'll show Alex so they can see what she's talking about.
That's
All right.
the light.
Okay, I'm not looking there. I'll just show you this photo. We're just out for the world to see. It's Snapdragon's photo on Instagram. Give her a shout out and say thanks for the bravery. Okay. So, question. Do you remember your white balance for this? Or are you on auto?
Yeah, I keep it
5,500. Okay. So it seems you have a little shadow. It seems a little on the flat side. So she's laying on her back, so the light's above. Yeah. Might have been too high.
I think so.
Okay.
It's enough.
Yeah.
I've seen that.
But you do have a little shadow, which you want. I think what concerns me is her skin color is too similar to what she's wearing. Are you at 2.8 on here?
Yes. I might be at 3.3.
3.2. I just feel like it needs to pop more.
So if a client tells you they want a certain color and then it matches their baby's skin, would you
Yes.
just kind of just say this isn't gonna work?
No. Because, she's a mixed baby and you can see a little of the red on her skin, right? Which we can take in post. I had a baby last weekend at the workshop. She was very jaundiced and mom wanted pink and she was very like yellow, orange, and pink. And I was like really nervous to do it. So I went down to 5,200 on the white balance, but I went a little higher on the light because I found that sometimes if the light's too low and it's too dark, it looks muddy. Not that I want to expose it, but I am increasing the exposure. Well, I'm not increasing exposure. I'm at 2.8. I'm increasing the light a little bit more. So on this, although to me, if you adjusted, do you ever play with curves at all?
I have, yeah.
So curves, you can play with your highlights and shadows. You could go to this and just lift the curves a little bit, make it pop a little bit more, bring a little more highlight in, and maybe take out some of the yellow in her skin, just even hue saturation or color balance, and give her a little more red in her skin. I don't worry too much if they're completely wrapped because what's great about that is you can just select their face. So like even here, she's all red. She's definitely pulling red, just from a reflection. So you can just select the face and fix that. So I don't worry too much if their skin is the same as the color mom wants because I think I can correct it. This is good. And there's nothing that a mom would note. There's no mom's going to look at this and could say it's incorrect because it's good. I think it could be better by just introducing a little more. Like, I feel like you just want to lift the exposure a little bit. You do have a very harsh shadow over here. Oh, I liked it. Okay, I have another question for you. The back of your umbrella, I'm going to show this for everybody. This is something common we see that everybody does. See if I can turn the light. Do you see how
Go more.
more?
Yeah.
I hate turning this thing.
Just fold them up.
Yeah, it's completely loose, Alex, but it's not turned. Oh, there. Reel the balls in the. Okay. This thing always gives me anxiety. This, is it like this or is it all the way out?
Oh, it's out.
Okay, I think that's your problem, to be honest with you, as I'm
Too close.
So this is
Maybe we should do it. Show it.
okay.
Do it back.
Let me just show it on here first. So is it like this?
Yeah. Yeah, I covered this.
Okay. The problem with this is how a lot of people have it. And Alex fixed me. I used to do it the same way. But your umbrella is not expanding and the light's not spreading. So it's like the umbrella is like,
So
you could
yeah,
explain it better.
Yeah, so imagine you're putting the light really close to the fabric. So you're essentially doing a little spotlight. It's not filling in the entire umbrella because it's too close to the fabric. So if you pull it back more, it'll fill more of the umbrella and give you a softer light.
Because that strong shadow I'm seeing when I was looking at that, I was like, why does she have that?
It's trying some crazy.
So I think you should do a shot so you can actually show it.
Well,
once
I
and
need a
for all.
baby.
I know. Maybe do
So,
the standing baby.
all right, so let's do it. Let's do it like
And
this.
what I was saying, or what I was showing on the Einstein, what we were talking about the color temperature on the Einstein, that if you are on the action mode, it'll change the color temperature of the light.
Okay.
It does allow
So if
for
you give me
faster
that
refresh
sim.
rate, but you're getting less accurate color.
I'll even go higher. We're on white, but we'll see if it translates. So we're gonna, if we put baby on the back and the lights above, which is in the example that she showed me. And so we put the sib here. I'll give you a little wrap.
The A&B, it will break the part where you put the umbrella
Oh, my camera,
through
yeah.
this thing. No, why not? Even on an alien bait.
Okay,
We did the
so
same
we're
on an alien
trying to
bait.
pay
We haven't
attention
had
to
any
the
break.
shadows, right?
It's been a while since I've used an alien bait too, but
Okay, so see how harsh that shadow is right there? Can you see it? No, it's not coming up yet.
no, it's up.
Let's see if we can do that. It's kind of hard to tell because we have a dark baby on the white, but
So is that with the umbrella pulled all the way back? Okay.
it's a dark baby on a white. So maybe give me the lighter baby. You can see the shadow a little bit better. I can see it here. You can even just see it here, but I feel like her baby is more monotone.
Well, no, you shouldn't be able to see it there. The light's not on.
Well, I saw it.
Not with naked eye.
Well, then I'm just looking at the ceiling shadow.
Yeah, that's different shadows.
But I'm seeing in the camera too, so it's the same shadow, just one is with a light. So this may not make a difference for her. This is not how you hold the baby, just so you know. I always hate holding the sibs because I'm like, okay, there, you can see it more. Okay, so can you see? I'll show you again. Okay, so see this?
Yeah.
You're gonna get it anyway, but on your wrap, you had it really dark, right? Okay, so what you want to do, and you can see that the umbrella's not expanded all the way, right? Yeah. So let me turn this over. And this is how it's not you; it's every studio we go to.
No, we gotta shoot one the other way.
I'm changing the umbrella. Yeah, yeah. Okay, so
You move this up.
Huh?
You move this up.
I'll try to make it look the same out. Ideally, this is how you want your umbrella to be. And then if you notice, your umbrella expands all the way out. And then obviously just make sure this is covered. Every studio we go to, that's how people have it. And I don't even notice it until I take a picture and it drives me crazy. It actually happened to me the other day. Not this, but I was shooting a toddler and everything seemed super flat and I couldn't figure out why. This umbrella was falling off. So see how tight I have it?
Yeah.
Well, I'll show something else. Can you see this, Alex?
No.
Okay, I'm going to show them something. Because this happened to me and I went through a whole set and did not know it. And I was driving myself crazy.
Turn around a little more.
Okay, so what happened to me the other day, now we have the umbrella all the way up, but I was doing a toddler shoot and this is how the umbrella was. Because I don't know if I was by myself or not, but I kept moving it and this fell off. So lights shooting through this, it's not getting where it's supposed to go, and everything looked flat. And I shot a whole set this way, and I just was like, gosh, my lighting really must be off today. I could not figure it out. Mom went to change baby, and I was like, I gotta go look at what's, and then I saw this, and I was like, oh my gosh. So we don't pay so much attention. Here's the thing with Alien B, isn't the bulb exposed here? And Einstein too, right? Or is
Yes.
that only Einstein? No,
Einstein,
Alien B has a cup, a
yeah,
dome, a
it's
dome.
still on the outside, but it does have a little dome.
Okay.
I have it here.
So Alien B has a dome. Oh, there we go.
No, Einstein.
Einstein. Oh. Alien B is exposed. The bulb is exposed. Einstein has a dome. Right. So with Alien B, you really have to be careful. When I talked about the fire thing, is because if the bulb is exposed and this is doing it, it'll catch on fire and it'll melt.
Yeah.
So we've been to many studios, right, where this has been all melted and
That's
burned.
why I take model lights.
Yes. Alex never has model lights on for that reason. We'll go and this is all fried and burned.
I was trying to model.
And the photographer doesn't even know it. They'll just assume, oh, that's how it is, because that's how I was. That's how I started. I had no idea, and I'm eyeing this one on fire. Einstein has the dome, which is better, but that dome can still melt things. Crocodile obviously doesn't have any of that.
It's missing the model light.
Yeah. So yeah, you can see. So that will melt everything, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Normally there's model light right there.
Yeah.
But it's missing.
And so they have the silver reflectors that will protect it that people should have on, but a lot of people don't have those on either. Yeah, I'll show that as well. So with these, I mean, you never use it, right?
I don't because I
So-
just was. I feel like it was like maybe blocking the light. Like,
Well, I don't think you should use it when you're using an umbrella though.
You can though.
I know, but I think it's gonna concentrate the light.
Okay.
And,
Well, so then
Okay,
if you
wait.
don't use this, you can't let anything touch this, right? So you want to always make sure that whatever you're using is just really pulled back. And so Alex is pretty good. He'll always really tighten this for me. It's when I'm by myself. That's the problem.
That's
And
when
then you
like
just
rotate
push
it a specific way for it to like
Yeah,
reach.
exactly. Now, people always asking me about our ceiling mounts. You can look on B&H, Amazon. This is just scissor tracking. You just always want to make sure that it's reinforced. We have a safety wire up there, because obviously you don't want this to ever fall. So we have a safety wire on here, but then also you still have to make sure this is always tight. Always. So that's why I'm always taking great care, because the light can still fall off. So you just have to make sure it's really tight. I like the ceiling mounts because then we don't worry about people tripping over the stands, but not everybody has the luxury of these.
And you do need tall ceilings.
Yeah, you do.
So this is a 10-foot.
So now, if I shoot again, mimic the same. You should have a softer shadow. I think that needs to go a little higher. Lift that lid a little higher. Let's see. When we're shooting with the baby on the back, we want the flag above the head. Like it might need to go a little higher. I'm gonna try one more time. Let me do a quick shot and I'll see if it needs to go higher. Yeah, a little higher.
Someone just do you usually shoot through rather than bounce?
Yes.
I notice many with newborn photography bounce.
Yes, correct. I shoot through. So it's there, but it's much softer.
Personal preference,
Mhm.
but we just
Yeah.
like it better.
Yeah, here's the thing. Light is subjective. What does that mean? That means that
It's up to you.
Thank you, Alex. I was like, I can't say that. I wrote it in my book. What did I write?
Me.
What does it mean? I did write a whole thing on this in my book about it. Yeah, it's up to you. It's up to the subject. It's up to the photographer deciding what they want. When someone, can they see me? When some, yeah. When someone's hiring you, okay, there's so many things I want to say about this subject. Number one, when we say light is subjective, it's up to you. It's up to the photographer to choose what light you want to use. Number one, right? It's not that one light is different or better than the next. People have very strong opinions. It's like driving cars. It's over the years I've shot on every light imaginable. I mean, we travel and sometimes I go to conferences and I have to use whatever light I'm given. I was in China, I have to use constant light. I've been in Europe and all over the world and I've used Godox, I've used every single brand you could possibly think of. So some are stronger than others. Sometimes we have to double diffuse. Why do most newborn photographers do bounce back with lights off, super dark, with white and black? Personal preference. If you ask them why, they're going to tell you they like it. Many times, if they're training someone, whoever they're training is going to that trainer because they like their style, right? So if the trainer you go to has lights off and is dark and moody and is more dramatic and they're using bounce back and you're learning from that photographer and you like it, then you're going to go do the same thing. I've done it all. I've done soft boxes. I've done bounce backs. I've done small umbrellas, big umbrellas, natural light. There's really nothing I haven't done. So for me, at this stage of my career, I want, number one, things that are simple. I don't want to think about my light. I did this. There's a video on YouTube where you can search Ana Brandt Photo. Photo came and interviewed me and I did a whole segment with them. And in that segment, I said, I don't want to think about light. I just want to do my work. With that being said, I love to manipulate light and I do things deliberately, especially if I'm doing maternity and I'm doing single light, high key, low key, backlighting. I'm setting my light specifically, right? But with a newborn, I can get very dramatic photos with this. People think you can't, but you can. If you look at my work on my walls on my website, I have very dramatic low key imagery that is done with the same umbrella shoot through. So don't think that you can't still get low key, dark and moody images with this. You can. The reason I like a shoot through umbrella is because I think it's more forgiving and I think it's soft and I like it. That's it. It's not that it's right. It's not that it's wrong. So you've got to kind of experiment when you go for training or you learn from other teachers. I think if I could give you an advice, it's find out why they're using what they're using so that you can learn and understand how to use it and what you want to do. Because at the end of the day, you want to create work that is reflective of your personality and your style. So when a client is hiring you, they know what they're going to get, right? Yeah, I could go on and on. So hopefully, I know that's what I usually say. Hopefully, something that I said. We got to get back to podcasts. We have not released any podcasts for 2023. That's next on the list, or any tutorial Tuesdays. That's next on the list. We have a California retreat this weekend. That would be a good time to do a podcast. I've already decided our craft activity this weekend. We're going to make candles this weekend. Excited. Yeah. So get back to my podcast. All right. Alrighty. I see this umbrella. Teresa, can you give me a little clip because I'm saying your name right. Yeah, Teresa. Can you give me a little clip? Yeah, because I feel like I always feel like I'm never saying your man's name right.
You may get mine wrong.
Alex is Evan. Evan is Alex. I get so mad when I come home and I'm like, Alex, he's like, oh my God, I'm your son. I'm your son. But Olivia's Ava. Ava's Olivia. I really, with the girls, I just say girls. And they're like, Mom, we have two different names. But if I say girls, I kind of get a bit more. All right, Mom, she asleep? Wake? Okay, so then perfect. Let's just do a quick floor setup, get her to sleep, and then we'll go to the beanbag. All right, so we're going to slide this out of the way. And I'll give her a quick grab. She had some food. Actually, I use a bunch of different products for session today. So we're going back to bed. only because I have this new mattress cover I wanted to use. And I think this color will be really pretty on her. So, backdrop stream weave by Intuition Background. Don't ask me what color this is. Maybe it has the name on it. See, it's not asking what color it is. They were starting to put names on them. Let's see if there's a name on it. Oh, is there a name? Yes. Okay, it is or not. No name. No, that's their sticker. No name. So, goodness. Because this is an older one, and now they put the names on. Look at how pretty these colors are. So pretty. Okay. All right. We got her. Is it because I told him she was 3 weeks? Make it bigger? Now I'm realizing how she was. Yeah. Oh, no. Dog is like a brain infection. Has dogs. Okay. Yeah, so it's definitely a big one. That's a second. Little ruffle bud. Did she burp after she ate?
Yes.
You smelled it. Oh, few burps. More burps. So if I feel like they have something they're trying to get out, I'll give them a minute. It's better to just keep them vertical after they've just eaten for a minute and get on the yoga ball and just gently bounce. Just make sure they get all the burps out, because if I lay her down and curl her up like a ball and she has gas in her tummy or burps, she's not going to be comfortable. So I always just try to feel if there's gas. Give a little massage. See if I can just get her to relax a minute. Oh, you got something you're working on, huh? She's like pushing really hard right now. Are you pooping? Has she pooped since she's been here? She has?
A mini poop.
A mini one? Have you learned more about poop than you ever thought you would know?
So much.
Did she finish her bottle?
She sometimes does between 2 and 3 ounces, so she did 2 ounces.
Okay. So you're pumping and nursing? Just pumping.
Just pumping right now.
And she's taking from the bottle.
Yeah, she's got a tongue tie, so we gotta figure out what's going on.
She has a tongue tie.
Yeah.
So does she get? Don't they do something?
I mean, that's just what was making nursing so painful.
Don't they
cut it? She's got to get it released, I think.
Oh.
But we've got to see a pediatric dentist.
Put her on Thursday.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
With the pediatric dentist?
With the pediatrician.
Pediatrician.
Therapy.
Okay.
But the lactation consultant did say she saw the tie, so.
Oh, because I feel like my other clients, they've gotten it cut.
Yeah, it's probably gonna happen.
Right, got it. All the joys. Dad's like reading up about tongue tying, right? All your research.
It's a lot. I don't realize how much you have to learn. I didn't even knew about tongue ties
No, why would
a
you?
month ago.
Right? You knew nothing.
I could probably separate.
He's not going to do that. YouTube's like, you're going to do what?
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing is like there's so much you just don't know until it happens. And all of a sudden you're Googling tongue tie. What does that mean?
And then it's, okay, maybe we should get a second opinion. Maybe we should get a third opinion.
Right,
Are we
right.
Sure. Are we, yeah.
Yeah, because any time they're going to do something, you're like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, I felt that way when Evan got his first shots. I'll never forget. I think I've said that 3 times today. I'll never forget. The woman, the nurse, not even the doctor, comes out with a tray of like all these vaccines. I was like, whoa, hold on a minute. Does he need all of these at once right now? Don't get me started. We're not going to start a vaccine debate. I just want to say that I just was like, I don't think he needs all of these now. So you tell me one that he needs right now.
Choose one.
One. You get one, and we'll go back to the other. I just it was so, and she thankfully, respectfully was like, he needs. I don't even remember this one, and we did that one. We ended up getting all of them, but we spread them out.
Yeah.
Because I just felt like I needed more information, and I felt like they just were like, "Here you go," and I was like, "Hold on." I think that's just the biggest thing is asking and talking to people, getting second and third opinions. You still kind of feel like you're on your own because you're the ultimate decider. So you got the weight of that, right? You don't want to screw it up. Oh, it's so hard. This is why parents drink. No, just kidding. This is why we have wine. So much stress. So much stress to take care of you guys. Huh? You just don't want to screw it up. You just don't want to screw up this perfect being. Okay, she seems much calmer. I would not want to be a pediatrician. I just feel like that's so much responsibility. Hats off to all the pediatricians of the world. We had really good pediatricians. Thank God. Such a big job. All right, Mama, let's wrap you up. Let's wrap you up. I was going to put her hands out, but she's kind of firm and quiet. When she swaddles, she'll come on. Usually I'll wrap with their hands out when they're really calm. She's not so much. Wrap. This is a good poker on you. Give her a second. Let's talk about something. What are you guys doing while you're watching right now? I can't see the screen, so I can't see what you're saying. Are you editing? Are you feeding your kids lunch? What time is it? It's 11:15 here. We're going to do 2 more sets here and then the beanbag. What are you doing right now? Someone tell me what you're doing.
Culling, editing.
Culling and editing.
And that's it, apparently.
That's it?
There's not a lot of people. I think we lost a lot when.
Oh, when it
editing.
it's okay. They can watch in the replay. Plus, it's also bedtime for international.
Taking notes and taking care of my sick little girl. Oh, hope she gets
Aw.
better.
Yeah, so international is all going to sleep right now. So
Leanne says I photographed a hawk in my backyard this morning. I am editing them now.
a hawk. Who said that?
Leanne. When
I hear you. I hear you.
Kathy's doing paperwork, editing, then off to work so I can buy more props and classes until I am working full-time Thursday.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. I was trying to see what's your size so I know. Oh, she was asking about your hair, about what size. You have 65 centimeters.
65.
That's
Yeah.
what I asked.
Are you tired? Did you hear that? Yeah. She said yes. That's your first word. Is that it?
That was it.
She likes this thing up. So how are you all, everyone who's watching, are you photographers? Are you amateurs? Are you pros? Are you parents? Are you, what are you?
Is there anyone that just randomly stumbled upon this live stream?
That's too bad that we lost some, like what happened?
Everything just froze. Because it was when, for whatever reason, the TV color changed. Trying to fix that, and then everything broke out for that.
Okay, I think I want to switch beds real quick. In there is a cradle. Cream, it's ivory. Metal.
Newborn maternity and mouse photographer.
Right there.
I just love
Yep.
watching your work. It is inspiring. I'm not a pro photographer or a mom.
You're not a pro photographer or a mom.
Loves watching your work.
Aw, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Photographer, I see your post on the D-Stash page and came right over.
Oh,
Maternity, family wedding.
see if that'll
Not a
fit.
nature
It's bigger,
photographer,
but
so the hawks was a special thing this morning.
oh, awesome. Yeah, just shove it on in there.
Newborn.
It's just yeah. Maybe lift it up a little more. There's like a crowd. Yeah, I like that better. Yeah. Okay, let's bring that in. She's on. Perfect.
So having a slow Monday. Ali, I'm a wedding photographer of over 10 years, have 1.5-year-old and wanting to pivot a bit into maternity and curious about newborn.
Oh, a lot of wedding photographers pivot into newborns because you have the brides. So why not do their maternity and newborn? Okay, so let's get a Bambina underneath here. It should be in the shell. Yeah, I feel like every workshop I get wedding photographers, which I think is really good because you already know your camera, your gear, your lighting. There's one that's, give me the one that's more like a gel. It's
She
flat.
followed up by saying, baby scared me until I had one.
And then you realize how resilient they are. Yeah. They're scary when you don't have one. You just don't know. They're scary when you have one. Yeah, you just don't know. Just
But yes, not as fragile as you think, so and so dang cute.
okay, I love this color. I think that light might need to be higher, but let me shoot it real quick. Let's see. Okay. Oh, she just okay. So this is actually good for you, Princess. See that? It's not bad, but it looks flat. Okay. Now sometimes it's when I feel like the light's a little asleep, so I'm just going to shoot it again and make sure. Okay. So no.
The light's a little.
Sometimes I feel like when I just put the light on, it takes one or two for the light to like wake up.
Okay.
But oh, good morning. She just looked up at me. But in this case, I think I need more light. Okay, so I'm just gonna go up on the light a little bit. And do that again. She's gonna turn her head. Yeah, stay close.
Kathy says she's a retired nurse, former studio, wedding, family, seniors back in the day. Oh, no. Having fun with digital, heading to Norway next week to Lofotens, shooting landscape and northern lights.
Oh wow.
That's cool. I've always wanted to see the northern lights. Hopefully one day.
We went to Norway. It's very green.
It was. And
She's green.
Oslo? Is that Norway?
Is it Turner? Yeah, she does. I'll have you hold right here while I do another test. Okay. Oh, I think she's too. All right, straighten her head a little bit. She's working on something. Okay, hold on. What's happening? Okay. And she's up. Okay, straight. And she's a little smirk, huh? She's funny. She's got a little personality already. You can see it. Yeah, there she is. It's on the bar. All right, so I increased the power of the light a little bit. See if that helps. Okay, better. See the difference? So there's before. Flat.
Oh yeah.
Now, I'm going to increase it a little bit more. Then I may bring her in a little bit more. So I'm going to do one more. There it is. So if we go from there, flat. So sometimes it's just the power of the light.
Interesting.
So you just kind of have to play around. And if I zoom in close, her skin looks good. And you just see a little shadow.
Oh,
Are you going to open your eyes? So then I'll just kind of perfect it a little bit. We can do a little angle shot. You gonna open?
Michelle says, thank you, Anna, for all your knowledge and sharing it with the world.
Aw, you're welcome. That's how we learn. Okay, that last shot, what I did to just show you something, I increased the ISO to 250. So see that? Now, so the backup is if I turn the light down and increase the ISO, let's say you can't increase your light, right? Because you don't have time. So that's at 250. See what I mean? So you have a choice. You can either increase your light or ISO is sensitivity to light. Then you increase your ISO. Because I have Pro Photo, I can change the transmitter from here. But if you're Pocket Wizard, you can't do that, right? I think CyberSync, can you do that? Can you change on the transmitter? I don't know.
CyberSync? No, 'cause I think those are like kind of generic.
So there are other transmitters that allow you to.
Yeah, any transmitter that's proprietary to the light.
Okay. So if not, most people use Pocket Wizard
Yeah.
or CyberSync. You have to go to the light, right? So let's say you're by yourself and you're like, gosh, this is so dark. What do I do? I need to increase the power of the light, but I don't want to step away from the baby. Then just go up on your ISO. We're always taught not to do high ISOs because we don't want grain, right? Going from 2 to 250 is not going to make a difference. You can even go to 320. You're not even going to notice a difference. So if I'm struggling for time and I'm shooting a toddler and they're going too far away from the light, and let's say I don't have a Pro Photo transmitter, then I would just increase my ISO.
Rose
do it all the time.
says, thank you for showing like this. This helps understand more. Maria says, you are awesome, Alex. Thank you. I mean,
Alex!
obviously.
That's every workshop. People come to workshops for me and then they leave and they're like, no, I'm a secret. It's Alex. I need Alex. I don't need Anna. I need Alex.
Kathy says, love photography in newborn. Should explain your explanation of lighting is excellent. Thank you. What is your opinion of Godox lighting? This is from Kathy.
Don't kill me, Godox. Not a fan. I'll tell you why. If you take this, here's the thing. Again, light is light. Can make any light work. I've shot with Godox. I've made it work. I just feel like it's very strong. It's just my only opinion. I feel like it's hard to get the softness.
And I'll follow that up with every Godox that we've come across has been very strong. I'm sure they probably make one that's weaker, but the lights that we usually come across in other studios are usually very strong. That at the settings that we normally use, 2.8 aperture, 200 ISO, and 200 shutter, but even at the lowest power, those Godox lights are too strong. If you can find a Godox that can shoot well at those settings, then you'll probably be fine.
I feel like light is so overwhelming and the technical explanations are overwhelming that if you're starting out, you just want to cry because it just seems so hard. So I try to really simplify in my workshops. I try to keep it as simple as I can, so that it makes sense. I need a headband for her. Mom, Ashley, can you go? Those top two bins over there on the left, closest to the bathroom, have headbands. She's wearing white, so whatever you want. I just need a headband for her. Okay, so Ashley, Teresa,
Yeah,
we
and that's what I mean. Even at the lowest
get the
setting,
weighted blanket.
it's
Weighted
for us,
blanket.
it's usually too strong. I have to imagine that they do make one that's at a lower power, but we've never seen.
Yeah. So I'm gonna just put her on her belly. And again, my hand is the last to leave. So I usually keep my hand underneath her hands and head until I get her in the position that I want. When she's on her belly, I like to see a couple of fingers. And usually the knee is touching the elbow. I'll just kind of curve her body a little bit. She's got this little ruffled butt. So this is why I have Associate Shadow. It's helpful, don't you think? Because you can see the workflow, you can see what's going on, and then with the training is where we go in depth about podium and lighting and things like that. The first training is more led by me. Second training is more hands-on. And that's because we just want to make sure that you're just really comfortable and understand the workflow, and so that you understand the simplicity of it. I don't want it to be overwhelming. I want you all, the associates, to be able to just go through your sessions like flawlessly, even if you have a fussy baby.
What do you use to hold your headbands?
Well, I have these amazing boards in my store.
I don't make them.
No, Rafa makes them. Alex used to make them, but now we have someone else making them. And we have a whole drawer of these. So bellybabywear.com. And in my drawers that mom's in right now, they're just like this. And then she can just, what's great about this is I can just keep it on here, pull them out. Okay, what you got, Mom?
Do you warm your weighted blanket?
No. I don't warm anything. The heater's behind. don't warm anything because, their skin is so translucent and thin. I don't want to ever worry about burning them or anything. So what you want to do is heat the air around them, but I don't think you want to, put anything warm on them. I will say that we were in China. They had warming, what do you call them? What did you call those? Warming ovens for blankets, just like when you're in the hospital and they give you a warming blanket.
Yeah.
So I get infusions. So when I go for my iron infusions, they always say, "Do you want a warm blanket?" And they pull out the blankets from the warmer, and they're amazing for someone like me. They have the same thing in China studios. They look like refrigerators, but they're
Yeah, it's a little
warming.
hot box for the
Yeah, and so they pull everything out, and it's already warm. But that's totally fine because once it hits air, it's not going to stay warm. It's not like an electric blanket. What's nice about that is it's warm. So I would love one of those, but I don't want to put anything heated on their skin. You just want to heat the area that they're in. I feel like that light needs to be a little lower, but let me do a quick test. And I'll tell you. So yeah, I don't see a lot. It looks a little flat. So if you just push that light down just a little bit. Yep, right there. And I'm going to increase the light just a tiny bit. What number is that light on back there? 4.3 is it? Okay, so 4.3. Yep, that's right. Okay, so 4.3, and I think when I first sat down, it was probably only like 4.1. So I increased the light. So shooting white on white, a lot of people ask me about that. And you want to be able to get nice crisp whites without blowing it out. And so I just hit the button again.
You increased the light.
I increased it, but I just turned it back down again. So tell me the number now. Is it 4.2?
Yes.
Okay, so right now it's 4.2. So my Profoto light is on a scale of 2 to 10. So if you imagine on a scale of 2 to 10, it's at 4. So it's still very low. If I was on an Einstein, I'd probably be almost off. So I am keeping it low. But you don't want it to be muddy either, which a lot of people make that mistake of it being muddy. But if we
mean by muddy.
what do I mean by muddy? It's gray. It's mud. It's gray. It's blah. That's what I mean by mud. It's like, isn't that nice technical explanation?
Not
Yeah.
vibrant.
Not vibrant, not crisp. But if we pull, they can see. We may need to pull back more. If you look at where the light is, the angle, the roundness of the light. I'll step away. Just watch, baby. The roundness of the light is very, how do I say this? It matches the roundness of the beanbag. See how the beanbag's curving this way and the light's curving that way. If I can show you a no-no, not a no-no, but something I wouldn't like. Okay, stay on me, Alex. Split lighting. So if I bring her here and she's in the middle of the light, what's gonna happen? The light's not going to wrap around. So see how dark her face looks right now? Can you see it on there? See it here?
Switch on.
See that?
Yeah.
Versus that.
Yeah.
Because she's in the middle of the light. So what's happening is her forehead's round, her eyes are inside her forehead, correct? So it curves down. So because she's in the middle of the light can't get to her eyes. So it's just dark and it's flat. So I push her behind the light. Imagine the light is a window. Now the light can effectively go across her face. And now maybe Alex can put up the both. And now she has softer light and it hits her face more. So see how pretty it is now? That's that versus that. Maybe he could put up those last two photos and see the difference. And so a lot of people, they have the babies in the middle of the light and it's not wrapping around. So if she was chin on hands, I could do the same when she's chin on hands. It'll be split lighting. So now I'm going to shoot over, which is probably my favorite angle. But I am going to lift the light up a little bit more. Also, again, if you're using bounce back, you'd have to angle the light because there's no roundness to the light. So you should be able to get good crisp whites out of the camera. And if not,
Which two did you want?
so I've now shot 2 more since. No, go to where I'm in front of her. Watch her. Okay, so that one and that.
Which one and which one?
Those two. These two.
Which
Sorry, these two.
Like you're not pointing at anything.
Sorry.
I don't know. Hold on. That's the light up. That's it.
There. So the one on the left, the light, she's in the middle of the light, move the light forward and sun. Alex, how do you get the umbrella low enough for the light stand? Light stand.
You need a smaller light stand. Fortunately, a lot of people get too tall of a light stand.
That's also.
I would recommend a C stand with the arm that sticks out, because then you can get pretty much any height.
All right, let's try to transition her
They
2 more
are heavy,
times.
but they're totally worth it.
So
They're
I'm just going to
tough
bring
as
her
well.
now to chin on hands, and then we can try side sleeping and finish off with her toes, and she's done. So I'm going to move her
See
to
if I
chin
can
on
find it.
hands, and you're going to take this poser and just bring it in front. Yep, yeah, I know. How long is your arm? There you go. And then let's push him over here. And maybe push him over here. Cut. You're okay. Gotta talk to them. You gotta let them know they're okay. Have a little conversation with them. As I get to the end of the session, I'm usually pleading with them, begging them for just one more photo. I definitely feel like they're listening. I had a baby a couple of weeks ago. I had to tell her my whole life story. Every time I stopped talking, she would fuss. And so the parents were like, you might as well just keep talking. And I think the dad asked me how I got started in photography. And at first I was just trying to give a short answer. But when I stopped talking, baby would fuss. And I literally had to tell like my whole birth story. And she calmed down. And parents are like, okay, we're in, we're listening. And I tried so many times to cut the story. And no, I had to talk to her the whole time. Yeah.
I'd recommend a C stand like this one.
Pushing here. What do you see?
Has a minimum height of 3
So
feet.
what I saw was, good question. I felt like she's going down too much.
Up to
And
6
when
feet.
we're doing this pose, you want a gentle lean.
That's
Like
more
I always
than
think of yoga poses, like you're just gently
Make sure to get
leaning.
sandbags.
And
too,
if they're trying to,
because
if
with
they're
the
going
arm,
too
it
far
sticks
down in their
out.
head, that
Can
means
be
that
heavy.
this is too high. So they're falling forward. This has to be lower than the head. So they're nestled in here and all they're doing is gently leaning. And you want to make sure their airways are clear. You should be able to easily put 2 fingers underneath. Because if we go all the way down here, see how I can hardly talk because I'm touching, right? So keeping those airways
I'm not
clear is
sure
super
I
important. And so we just have a nice dip here and they should just be gently relaxed. If at any time you feel like they're making a noise, like they're snoring, no good. You need to make sure there's more air. Bring their chin out. Or if you feel like they're just constantly falling down, that means this is too high. Just push it nice and low. People tend to overstuff. We have one poser here, and the poser should be elbow to elbow. So here to here. She's falling a little bit here, so I'll fix it here. So that's another thing is sometimes I feel like there's just not enough, that either the poser's too small, you know? So make sure you have a good poser.
I don't have a pillow with shells, so I don't have this dip in mine.
So what do you use?
It's
Just a
bag from
regular.
Amazon.
But is it round?
Yes.
So it's the same, but you have no dip. Okay,
I
so
just don't have the dip.
so keep in mind, I never had a dip either. Can you go tighter? Is that as tight as it goes? I never had a dip either. Yeah, this is a newer Pillow Michelle. I have one of the originals that Ginger just bought from me, one of our associates.
Oh.
because it was, yeah, she got it. It was wearing down.
Yeah, Ginger, those are heavy duty. They are heavy.
And
They're
so this is
more
newer.
versatile.
Yeah, see how she's pushing forward? So you're actually going to slide her body back a little. So if we slide her body back and allow her to spread a little bit more. So this has a hole. I actually prefer without the hole because my beanbag, the one that Ginger has, you should get about at least 3 to 4 inches here. And it was nice and worn so I could create a good pocket. Because this is newer, I need to wear it down more. So it really doesn't matter what you use as long as you can get a good pocket. If you can't get at least a 3 or 4 inch dip, your beanbag's probably too full. Oh, this is pretty. Did you hear that? She was like breathing really heavily, and I just moved her away and she stopped. So always pay attention to the breathing, listen really carefully. And just go back with that heater. I'm just going to push her back a little bit more behind the leg. Yep. There we go. Now it's important to know that I use 9-point focus. I don't do single point focus. So a lot of photographers struggle because they're doing single point focus and they're only focusing on the eyeball. And it's really hard to focus on that teeny tiny eyeball. I use 9-point focus. So all 9 points are covering her entire face right now. So if I were to show you my points, and right now I just moved my points to the bottom. So there are my points. Normally my points are right here, but because she's got this big headband that's covering her, I move my points lower. So she's in the bottom of my frame because the headband's here. So if my points were here, I might be focusing on her headband and not her. But if I was doing single point focusing, I would miss it every time because I'm just not that skilled. I just move too fast to do single point focusing. And I feel like so many photographers, I see it in workshops, get soft images because they're on single point focusing. And so if you have the ability to do 9-point, I highly recommend that. Look at how cute she is. So see, I'm leaning in. I'm trying not to get that flower. So
I want
really,
to know if this headband is in your shop.
I just made it yesterday. So no. I made a whole collection. I'll show you the collection that I made. But if I have time, I'll go and get supply today and we'll put it in our shop. It's on the list to go with Ava to get supply because I got into heavily crafting yesterday and I'll show you all the ones I made. Oh, let me see that white one. So I made a ton because clients have been asking for these big ones lately. And I had like 2. So I made, I don't know, like 8. Look at that one. See, it's a totally different look. I can get these in the shop. It seems so big when you're making it. And so I originally had these for toddlers. And then moms kept asking for it with the babies. And I was like, I'll try it. They're super popular with Froggy Pose.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And so then I just went crazy and I have so much supply. And so I made a bunch. Let me turn the light down a little bit. I love that. Right? Do you love her? Are you going to keep her? Now you will. Dad's like, when you get the dads going, oh, that's cute. Moms, we love everything. But when the dads go, oh, then I'm like, oh, that's a compliment. Not that the mom's not a compliment, but we're moms. We love everything. Although I had a dad the other day and he was like, I kept asking him, what do you want? What do you want? The dad's like, Anna, you should see the photos on my phone. I take everything. And the mom's like, his photos are terrible. He's like, I take everything. Whatever. If my baby sneezes, I'm taking a picture. And he's like, so he was basically saying that anything I did, he'd love because he's so obsessed with his baby that he just photographs everything the baby does, even if it's not a good photo. And that was the dad saying that. I was like, that was sweet. Okay, I'm going to flip her over and get
feet. I mean, she's literally perfect. I don't know what to tell you guys. She is literally perfect. So mom, I want mom to just pick one more heart for her feet since Valentine's Day. Give me any heart for her toes. I'm gonna lay her back. Look at her. Oh my gosh, she's such a good baby. We're gonna get your little toes. There you go. I know you're almost done. You did such a good job today. She can actually have her pacifier. Is her pacifier close by? If she needs it. Is her pacifier close by?
Maybe the pacifier.
Yeah. She's like, I was happy on my belly, which is rare because most babies fight their belly. Okay, so I'm gonna get her little toes. Okay, hold on. Yeah, I'll take that. Okay, look. I'm gonna raise the light a little bit. Look. There you go. Okay, so I'm just gonna raise the height of the light a little bit. People ask me all the time, do I have to use a macro lens for the toes? And I say you do not. Keep in mind, I am at 24 to 70. So I have a range. I usually keep the poser underneath. This whole time, I've only used this one poser. I know, my hands are cold. Oh, she's like holding the phone. We don't even have the white noise on today. Alex, can you just give me that white noise? Let's just put it over here, right here, the gray one.
Rose asks, will you still wrap in an outfit if the outfit shows a lot of skin? And if so, what do you do about the creases the wrap causes?
I try to use a soft wrap so it's not textured. And yes.
And put the white nose on hands.
So my focal length was at 70. For those who are always asking about my focal length, a lot of photographers only use a 50 or a 35. You don't have to feel like you have to be chained to those lenses. You can still get beautiful details with a range. It's gonna get our hands. She likes definitely. So we'll see if she lets her hands rest, and I'll just get her hands. This one can go in the wash. I just washed my other one. This is ready for yeah. I wish I would have thought of it sooner.
I just got the set without it. Like, oh my gosh. So good.
Yeah, some babies, they love it so much, and parents will be like, "Can I take that?" I'm like, "No, you can't. We only use it for the session. But if your baby likes it, they have weighted swaddles now that are fantastic. So then I recommend that they get a weighted swaddle. I love her hands like this. So I'm either thinking I pull the pacifier or let her wait till she drops her hands. So I feel like if I pull the pacifier, she's not going to get her. There we go. So there I can just crop out her pacifier in that second one. That way I have the details of the hands. I love the way the hands look on the texture of that material. It's a beautiful material. And I'm going to try now just one more to get her face. She's technically done. I'll see if she'll let me get those lips because I'm obsessed with her lips. Notice I keep moving her to where I need her on the light. Even though I can move the light, sometimes it's easier on this and just move her. And now you're ready for your next meal. You're all done, baby Harper. You did really good today. I'm so glad you came back to see me. Will you let me take out your pacifier? Okay. Take one more picture and then you go home. You can sleep all day. You have seen it. You will sleep. You try. Yeah, quick. Quick. Get a grip. And try to make it think like it's their idea. You raise that leg a little. Just lift it up. Yep. What I have done was increase the ISO. I want to bring it back. Just get all the little parts. She's all done. Say bye, bye everybody. Such a good job. Such a cute baby. We are gonna let baby Harper go home. Thank you so much for watching and for the parents for bringing her back. Any questions? Feel free to post in the comments on YouTube. I do get notified and try to check as often as I can. Keep in mind that I have tons of resources, you guys, tons. If you're any student of mine, you know that we have a million resources out there. Tons of free videos on our YouTube channel. If you search lighting on this channel, you'll see I have several different videos on lighting, using photo lighting, and just talking about lighting in general, other different posing videos. We appreciate you watching. We will be back next month. If you want to see a full schedule of our filming dates, just go to anabrandteducation.com and you can see Ana Brandt Live and see all of the dates that we're going to do. We will mix it up with some family, some siblings. Who knows? We still have 11 more months of filming to do. If you are a student of mine and you come to my workshops, thank you for coming and learning. We're all just trying to get better and be better and do better. That's the goal. Every day, just be a little bit better than yesterday. I'm Ana Brandt. Thanks for watching. And thanks, Parisa, for assisting. She is an associate. Check out bookababyshoot.com. If you are anywhere in the US and you want an in-home session, we are doing our best to try to fill all the states with associates. I know right now we have California, New York, Chicago, Connecticut, Virginia, Florida. I'm trying to think of all the other states. This week, the availability to book will be on the website. Right now, you can just fill out a form to be notified if there's a photographer in your area. We are doing our best to get everybody trained as fast as humanly possible. And yeah, that's it. If you have a newborn, congratulations. This is our future. Okay. All right. Good job, you guys.
Sabine thanks. Is the next live going to be happening next Monday already? It's every month.
It's every month. I don't know what the February is.
So
It's on-
next
it's on
February.
the-
Or February.
It's on the
No, well, it's almost
website.
February, so it's going to be end of February probably.
Yeah, if they go to anabrandteducation.com, the film schedule's there. If you scroll down, it says like Ana Brandt Live. The dates are there.
Okay.
I think I put the dates for the year, I think. And we update all of the events. So if you're in the photographers group /TAOPAN, or just search Ana Brandt Photography Group and you go to events, they're all there. If you're a member, we try to put it in the members app. I ask that we have students that request, and I'm always asking them to update events. So pretty much any of my pages, we usually have it in events. And if you subscribe to the newsletter, although I didn't send an email out this morning, I need to. I usually tell you there. Yeah. Well, I'll try to make the schedule more obvious. I'll make sure maybe tomorrow when the students are in to update all of the events and all of our pages and app so that you can kind of just put it in your schedule to watch us. It's free education. We're good?
I'm done.
We can hang up now.
Okay.
Hang up. Disconnect. End the
Okay,
stream.
bye.
Bye.